o'clock. ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
In just the last 60 minutes, we learned that some local students have safely returned home after being trapped in Afghanistan. The major work that was done in San Diego to get them back.
Plus, a new study claiming the coronavirus is close to building resistance to current vaccines. Why some local researchers say we should take these new findings with a grain of salt.
And take a look at the top of your screen. That highlighted section shows a dad chasing away a coyote after it attacked his daughter. That scary scene that unfolded right outside their home.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
As the Delta variant continues to spread, an alarming new study claims the virus is on track to build resistance to our current vaccines. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. The authors say it would take just 4 more mutations in the virus to make our existing shots ineffective. ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth on that study and why some local researchers are pushing back on the findings.
Our vaccines still work against the Delta variant, but the virus is constantly trying to find ways around them. And a team of scientists in Japan just outlined what it would take for Delta to fully escape. They took the Delta variant and added 4 mutations to its spikes. 3 of these are already common in other variants. Then, in lab experiments, they showed antibodies from the Pfizer vaccine could no longer stop this engineered virus. Their point was on boosters. The U.S. has stockpiled 100 million boosters using the original recipe of the mRNA vaccines. The Japanese team argues that if the virus keeps mutating this way, these original mRNA recipes may not be effective, and we should consider an updated recipe specific to Delta.
It's an interesting study, but one has to remember it's very artificial, right? So it's a virus that they made that's not out there.
Virologists at both UC San Francisco and UC San Diego told us this engineered virus might never emerge in nature. Sometimes a change in one part of the virus actually slows down another part.
The virus, every time that it does make a mutation, sometimes it means that those mutations just don't work very well in humans. So even though it might work well in the lab, doesn't necessarily mean that it works well in humans.
They noted these new experiments only looked at antibodies from the vaccine, not other defenses like T cells that can help keep mild infections from getting severe.
I think these experiments are useful, but we really need to take them with a grain of salt. And I don't think that these type of findings should ultimately scare the public.
In the real world, some patients with Delta have had 1 or 2 of these 4 mutations, but it's rare. A variant nicknamed Delta Plus has 1 of them. It's found in less than 1% of sequenced cases.
At the moment, we've seen that the vaccines are still working with the Delta variant, right? I was in the hospital working the other day, and everybody that I admitted to the hospital was not vaccinated.
A new CDC study showed the Pfizer vaccine remains 93% effective against hospitalizations from Delta, even though its overall efficacy against infections has dropped to 53%. The researchers in Japan showed that mRNA vaccines tuned to the Delta variant were highly effective against their engineered supervirus, and vaccine makers are already working on these updated formulas. Pfizer previously said that clinical trials on them could start as early as this month, but that means the first boosters will likely be the old recipes, not the new ones. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
Countries like Israel are already rolling out boosters based on the original recipe, and the early results are promising. Doctors say the best way to prevent the virus from mutating is to get more people vaccinated.
The Pentagon is ordering all U.S. troops to get their COVID-19 vaccines immediately. More than 800,000 service members have yet to get their shots. And ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is joining us now outside the Naval Medical Center in Balboa Park with more on how this new mandate will be implemented. Mimi?
Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, we're told San Diego's medical hospitals and clinics for the military are prepared to give up to 7,000 vaccines daily.
This is the memo sent to military leadership by Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. It starts with, "To defend this nation, we need a healthy and ready force." After consulting with medical experts and military leadership and with support from the president, he says he's determined that mandatory immediate vaccination against COVID-19 is, quote, necessary to protect the force and defend the American people. In San Diego County, to rapidly vaccinate the remaining Marines and sailors, shots will be given on the pier in San Diego and out in the field for the Marines at Camp Pendleton, as well as at local military hospitals and clinics. That's according to a spokesperson for Naval Medical Forces Pacific. We're told the Navy is currently coordinating this plan. This comes after Pfizer received full FDA approval this week.
It's pretty much part of standard operating procedure.
G.I. Wilson is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. He says requiring vaccinations is common in the military and necessary to protect those working closely together.
In my 30-plus years in the military, we received countless vaccines, everything from yellow fever to anthrax. And I don't see this as a departure from what the military has done for at least decades.
Army veteran Gene James agrees, saying in his military career, he only saw a few cases of pushback when it came to flu shots.
When they were explained the ramifications of not getting that shot, separation from the military was one of those ramifications. They opted to go ahead and get the flu shot.
As of Wednesday, the Department of Defense says more than 1 million service members are already fully vaccinated.
And we're also told local servicemen can go get the shot anywhere in the community. It does not have to be at a DoD provider. We're live from Balboa Park. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. And while cases are spiking, so are the number of people getting vaccinated. Today, the White House said 6 million Americans got their first dose in the last week. Hospitals across the country are urging more people to get vaccinated because their ICUs are full.
Kansas City is in a state of crisis. We're seeing younger patients, sicker patients, patients who are baseline healthy before getting coronavirus.
Johnson & Johnson may be moving closer to recommending a booster shot. Today, the company revealed a study showing that a booster increases antibodies 9-fold. Also today, Delta Airlines notified unvaccinated employees their insurance premiums will go up $200 a month because of the cost of hospitalizations. And you can keep up with any developments surrounding the pandemic by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
Growing concern about whether the military will be able to evacuate all Americans from Afghanistan before next week's deadline set by the White House. Around 4,500 Americans have been flown out so far, along with more than 70,000 others. However, the Pentagon says there are still around 10,000 people waiting around the Kabul airport.
In this critical stretch, we're focused on getting Americans and their families onto planes out of Afghanistan as quickly as possible.
The Pentagon confirms it has been doing some helicopter missions to pick up people and bring them to the airport. The Taliban says it will block Afghans from leaving the country. And this just in, some local students are safe back home after being trapped with their families in Afghanistan. We first told you about the kids from Cajon Valley Union School District on Monday. Since then, the district says 6 students are back in the U.S. Today's development comes as Congressman Darrell Issa's office steps in to get everyone back home safely. Trapped in Afghanistan. That's the reality for a group of students and their families from Cajon Valley School District, who went to the country over summer break to visit loved ones, but then weren't able to get a flight out after the Taliban took control.
They're feeling very worried, and they're in a very hard time.
Freydoun Hashimi is part of a team of community liaisons that works with immigrant and refugee families in the district. Since August 16th, they've been trying to help the roughly 24 students and 16 parents get back to the U.S. and return to school.
That's where we're at right now, is just that constant communication with him and them and the families, and trying to figure out what that looks like as far as a solution.
The effort now has the support of Congressman Darrell Issa. His office issued a statement reading in part, "He is doing everything he can to push those in charge to take emergency action, and they should by now be very aware that he's on this case. We believe that we have made a significant difference, but there is still work to be done to make sure everyone gets home safely." At this point, Hashimi says everyone is safe, but eager to leave as they'd originally planned.
It was a big shock for everybody. So because our families went there to visit their other families, and they never know that it will happen like this. In 1 week, everything was changed.
Now, Congressman Issa's office says that they are working with the State Department and the Pentagon, as well as contacts on the ground in Afghanistan.
We have breaking news from San Bernardino County. A 300-acre fire is burning right now in Fontana. It's just south of the Cajon Pass. These are live pictures. Several structures and parked vehicles have already been engulfed in flames. Nearby homes have been evacuated. At one point, residents were seen trying to rescue llamas and horses penned inside enclosed areas on ranch-like properties. The fire started when an excavator that was being operated in a backyard struck a rock. It ignited sparks that spread to dry brush nearby. A celebration of life was held today for Pearl Harbor survivor Stu Headley.
The longtime San Diego resident recently passed away at the age of 99. As ABC 10 News reporter Marie Coronel shows us, he was honored today aboard the USS Midway.
Those who knew Stu Headley say it was only fitting to have his celebration of life on board the USS Midway, a ship he spent a lot of time on through his involvement with the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association, which is where he met Benny Valu, who was an honorary member.
I do love these guys. Stu got me to help him do the two-bell ceremony, and I've been doing that for 5 years. So as the members fade away, then it just brings back a lot of memories.
Many service members, past and present, joined Stu's family and friends, honoring the man who spent decades educating people about what happened at Pearl Harbor. He was signed on the USS West Virginia when his ship was attacked. Stu made it his mission to make sure people didn't forget what happened that day. By his count, he spoke to more than 200,000 people over the years, something he was quite proud of.
What an amazing storyteller. Stu was charismatic, kind, and giving. He had the ability to make all of us seem like we were his best friend and we were important.
And as Stu got his military send-off, friends say Stu wouldn't have wanted it any other way, as they remembered the life of a true American hero.
If you had a chance to tell Stu something, what would it be?
Love you. Love it.
A scholarship fund in Stu's name has been started for enlisted service members. Reporting near the USS Midway, Marie Coronel, ABC 10 News.